Hello everyone, my name is Adaugo and you're watching the African Tales channel by Adaugo. Before we dive into today's video, please kindly click on that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Now let's get into the story. James was a hardworking man. He had a good job at the big factory in town. Every day, he would wake up early, put on his uniform and head to work. His wife, Lily, would kiss him goodbye and their son, Timmy, would wave as he left. One day, something terrible happened. The factory closed down. The boss told everyone, "I am sorry, but we have to shut down. You all need to find new jobs." James felt very bad and scared. He didn't know what to do. How would he take care of his family without a job? James went home and told Lily the bad news. She looked worried but sad, and then said, "Don't worry, James. We will figure something out." Timmy, too young to understand, just hugged his dad. James started looking for a new job right away. He went to many places and asked for work, but no one was hiring. Days turned into weeks and still, James had no luck. He was running out of money fast. Without a job, James couldn't pay the bills, the electricity got cut off, and they had to use candles at night. They couldn't afford good food anymore, so they ate simple meals like bread and soup. Timmy didn't complain, but James felt terrible. He wanted to give his family more. James tried to sell some things to get money. He sold his old guitar, his tools and even his favorite watch, but it still wasn't enough. Every night, he would sit at the kitchen table, looking worried. Lily tried to stay strong, but James noticed she was becoming more and more distant. She didn't smile as much and often looked sad. James felt like he was letting his family down. One evening, James came home to find Lily packing a suitcase. "Lily, what are you doing?" he asked, his voice shaking. "I am leaving, James. I can't live like this anymore. We have no money and I can't handle it," she said without looking at him. "But what about Timmy? What about us?" James pleaded. "You figured it out," she said coldly and walked out the door. James couldn't believe it. The woman he loved, the woman he thought he knew, had left him when he needed her most. Timmy came into the room and saw his dad sitting on the floor, looking lost. "Where is mommy?" he asked. James didn't know how to explain it to his son. "Mommy had to go away for a while," he said softly. Timmy hugged his dad. "It's okay, Daddy. We'll be okay." James wished he could believe that. He felt more alone than ever, but he knew he had to stay strong for Timmy. The next day, James decided to ask for help. He went to a community center where people could get food and clothes. A kind lady named Mrs. Wilson helped him fill out some forms and gave him a box of food. "Thank you so much," James said. "This means a lot." "Don't worry, James. We are here to help each other," Mrs. Wilson replied with a warm smile. James felt a little better. He wasn't alone. There were people who cared. Even with the help from the community center, life was still hard. James had to make every penny count. He started doing odd jobs for neighbors like mowing lawns and fixing fences. It didn't pay much, but it was something. Timmy was very understanding. He didn't ask for toys or treats. He just wanted to be with his dad. They spent a lot of time together, playing games and telling stories. James realized how strong his little boy was. One day, while walking on a neighbor's garden, James met a man named Mr. Carter. He was an old man with a kind face. They talked while James worked, and Mr. Carter shared stories from his own life. "You know, James," Mr. Carter said, "I went through tough times too. But things can get better, you just have to keep trying." James felt hopeful. Maybe things would get better after all. Weeks went by, and James continued to work hard. One morning, Mr. Carter called James over. "James, I have some good news. My brother owns a small business and he needs help. It's not a big job, but it's a start. Would you be interested?" James felt a wave of relief. "Yes, I would be very interested. Thank you, Mr. Carter." He rushed home to tell Timmy, "Guess what, buddy? Daddy might have a job." Timmy's face lit up. "That's great, Daddy." James went to meet Mr. Carter's brother, Mr. Jenkins. He owned a little repair shop. Mr. Jenkins was impressed with James' skills and offered him the job. It wasn't a lot of money, but it was steady work. James worked hard and learned a lot. He started to feel more confident. He was finally able to pay the bills and buy better food for Timmy. Life was still tough, but it was getting better. As time went by, James thought about Lily less and less. He realized that she had shown her true character when things got hard. She had left when he needed her most. But in the end, James found strength he didn't know he had. He learned to rely on himself and the kindness of others. James knew he still had a long way to go. But with Timmy by his side and new friends to help him, he felt ready for whatever came next. He had discovered what really mattered: love, kindness, and never giving up. James' new job at Mr. Jenkins' repair shop was going well. Every day, he worked hard to fix things and help customers. Mr. Jenkins was pleased with James' dedication and even started teaching him new skills. James felt proud of himself and began to see a brighter future. Timmy was doing well too. He made new friends at school and always had stories to tell when he came home. One evening, as they sat down for dinner, Timmy looked up at his dad and said, "Daddy, I am really proud of you." James smiled, his heart warming. "Thank you, Timmy. I am proud of you too. We are a great team, aren't we?" Timmy nodded happily. "Yeah, we are." One day, while James was busy at the repair shop, a familiar figure walked in. It was Lily. She looked different, tired and worn out. James was surprised and unsure of how to feel. "James, can we talk?" Lily asked quietly. James took a deep breath. "All right, let's talk." They sat down outside the shop. Lily explained that she had been living with a friend, but things hadn't gone well. She realized she had made a mistake by leaving and wanted to come back. James listened, feeling a mix of emotions. He remembered the pain of her leaving, but he also saw the regret in her eyes. When James told Timmy about Lily's visit, Timmy didn't know what to think. "Is mommy coming back?" he asked. "I don't know, Timmy. We need to talk more and see if it's the right thing to do," James explained. Timmy thought for a moment. "I miss mommy, but I don't want us to be sad again." James hugged his son. "I understand, buddy. We will figure it out together." Lily came over to the house the next day. She apologized to James and Timmy, tears in her eyes. "I was wrong to leave. I was scared, but that's no excuse. Can you forgive me?" James looked at Timmy, who nodded slowly. "We can try," James said, "but it will take time." Lily understood. She knew she had to earn their trust again. She decided to stay in town and find a job. She wanted to prove that she was committed to making things right. She started working at a local diner, saving money and helping James and Timmy whenever she could. James and Lily began to talk more, rebuilding their relationship. It wasn't easy, but they were both willing to try. Timmy was happy to see his parents talking and working together. Life still had its challenges. There were days when James and Lily argued, and times when money was tight. But they faced these problems together as a family. They learned to communicate better and support each other. Timmy saw the changes in his parents and felt hopeful. He knew they were trying their best, and that made him feel secure. James, Lily, and Timmy settled into a new routine. James continued working at the repair shop, and Lily enjoyed her job at the diner. They made sure to spend time together as a family, going to the park or playing games at home. They also started saving money for the future. James wanted to make sure they never faced such hard times again. He and Lily planned carefully and worked towards their goals. The community that helped James before continued to be a source of strength. Mrs. Wilson and Mr. Carter became close family friends. They offered advice and support whenever needed. One day, Mr. Carter invited James and Timmy over for a barbecue. "You've come a long way, James. I am proud of you," Mr. Carter said. "Thank you, Mr. Carter. I couldn't have done it without all of you," James replied gratefully. One afternoon, while James was working, Mr. Jenkins called him into the office. "James, you've been doing a fantastic job. I want to offer you a promotion. You will have more responsibilities and a better salary. What do you say?" James was thrilled. "Thank you so much, Mr. Jenkins. I won't let you down." He couldn't wait to tell Lily and Timmy. It was a big step forward for their family. With the promotion, James and Lily felt more secure about their future. They talked about their dreams and plans. Maybe one day, they could buy a house or take a vacation. The possibilities seemed endless. Timmy listened to their conversations with excitement. "We are going to be okay, right, Daddy?" he asked. James hugged him tightly. "Yes, Timmy, we are going to be more than okay. We are going to be great." As they moved forward, James, Lily, and Timmy knew there would still be challenges, but they had learned to face them together with love, trust, and hope. And that made all the difference. As the weeks turned into months, life for James, Lily, and Timmy continued to improve. James excelled in his new role at the repair shop, and Lily enjoyed her work at the diner. They managed to save enough money to move into a nice apartment and even started a small savings account for Timmy's future. One sunny Saturday, the family decided to go on a picnic. They packed sandwiches, fruits, and Timmy's favorite cookies. As they sat under a big tree in the park, they talked and laughed, enjoying each other's company. "Daddy, this is the best day ever," Timmy exclaimed, his face covered in cookie crumbs. James smiled, looking at his family. "It's a great day because we are together," he said. That evening, after Timmy went to bed, James and Lily sat on the porch, sipping tea. "James," Lily began, "I want to thank you for giving me another chance. I know I hurt you and Timmy, but I am so grateful you let me come back." James reached for her hand. "Lily, we all make mistakes. What matters is that we learn from them and try to do better. I am glad we are making it work together." They sat in silence for a moment, reflecting on their journey. They had come a long way from the difficult days when they had almost lost everything. A few days later, Timmy came home from school with exciting news. "Mommy, "Daddy, guess what? My drawing won first place in the art contest." James and Lily beamed with pride. "That's amazing, Timmy. We are so proud of you," Lily said, hugging him tightly. Timmy's eyes sparkled with happiness. "I worked really hard on it, just like you always tell me to never give up." James felt a lump in his throat. His son had learned an important lesson, one that he himself had struggled to understand. The family continued to grow closer. They supported each other through thick and thin. James and Lily made sure to spend quality time with Timmy, helping him with his schoolwork and encouraging his hobbies. One evening, they sat together reading a book. Timmy looked up and said, "I am really happy we are all together. I love you, Mommy and Daddy." James and Lily exchanged a smile. "We love you too, Timmy, always," James replied. As time went by, James reflected on the journey they had been through. He realized how much he had learned and grown from the experience. He wanted to share these lessons with Timmy as he grew older. One day, while they were walking in the park, James stopped and said, "Timmy, there are some important things I've learned that I want to share with you." Timmy looked up, curious. "What is it, Daddy?" James took a deep breath. "First, always remember to never give up. No matter how hard things get, there's always hope and a way forward if you keep trying." Timmy nodded, listening intently. "Second," James continued, "it's important to forgive. People make mistakes, but if they are truly sorry and want to make things right, giving them another chance can bring healing and happiness." And lastly, James said, smiling down at Timmy, "Always cherish your family and the people who loves you. They are the ones who will stand by you through the toughest times." Timmy hugged his dad tightly. "Thanks, Daddy. I'll remember that." With these lessons in their hearts, James, Lily, and Timmy faced the future with confidence and hope. They knew there would be challenges ahead, but they also knew they had the strength and love to overcome them. James felt a sense of peace as he looked at his family. They had weathered the storm and come out stronger. They had learned the true value of resilience, forgiveness, and love. And so, their story continued, with new adventures and challenges, but always with the knowledge that together they could face anything. Moral lesson: 1. Never give up. No matter how tough life gets, keep trying. There's always hope and a way forward. 2. Forgiveness. People make mistakes, but forgiving them can bring healing and strengthen relationships. 3. Cherish your family. The love and support of family are invaluable. They are the ones who will stand by you through thick and thin. 4. Community support. Don't be afraid to ask for help. A supportive community can make a big difference in tough times. 5. Resilience. Life's challenges can make you stronger. Facing difficulties together can strengthen bond and build character. We have come to the end of the story. If you love this video, please kindly share with your loved ones, leave us a comment on your opinion, and subscribe for another interesting video like this. Until I see you all on the next one. Bye for now.